Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 30th of April. Police arrest 6 terrorists linked with car explosion in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Colombo settles into a semblance of normalcy after deadly attacks. And Bangladesh kills 2 suspects linked to 2016 Dhaka cafe attack. And now for all the details. 6 terrorists linked with a car bomb explosion in Banihal town of India's Jammu and Kashmir province on March 30th have been arrested and the case has been solved, a senior police official said on Monday. The failed car attack was jointly plotted by Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed and Hizbul Mujahideen terror groups, the official said.
Six terrorists linked with the car bomb explosion in Banihal town of India's Jammu and Kashmir province on March 30th have been arrested and the case has been almost completely cracked, police said on Monday. There was a low-intensity blast in a private car on Jammu-Srinagar highway near a tunnel where a convoy of India's Central Reserve Police Force or CRPF was passing nearby. One of the 10 CRPF vehicles in the convoy was damaged.
One person who actually was the Fidain, Zabin, had been arrested. In the intervening period from today, since then, we have almost cracked the case completely. And 6 persons in all have been arrested.
Although no one was hurt in the Banihal blast, the event was seen as an attempt to recreate the horrific similar incident in Pulwama district where a suicide bomber rammed a car into a CRPF convoy, killing 40 personnel on February 14th. Most of the arrested accused are from Pakistan-based terror outfit Hizbul Mujahideen. Police said that Jaish-e-Mohammed, another terror group from Pakistan which was behind the Pulwama attack, was also involved in Banihal blast.
Around 60 Indian prisoners, including 55 fishermen, were brought to India's northern Amritsar city before being sent to their homes after they were released by Pakistan as a goodwill gesture on Monday. The fishermen were reportedly arrested for fishing illegally in Pakistani waters.
Around 60 prisoners who were released by Pakistan on Monday were brought to India's northern Amritsar city before being sent to their homes across the country. The Indian nationals, including 55 fishermen, crossed over to India through Atari-Wagah border on Monday evening. The fishermen were reportedly arrested for fishing illegally in Pakistani waters. They were the last of the 4 batches of 360 Indian prisoners released by Pakistan this month as a goodwill gesture.
हम तो लीगल तरीके से गए थे, लीगल तो नहीं गए. अभी घर जा रहे हैं, बहुत खुशी है जाने की. बस
अच्छा लग रहा, सब माँ बहन भाई जो भी भतीजा सबसे खुशी है.
Tensions have been running high since a suicide car bombing by Pakistan-based terrorists in India's Jammu and Kashmir killed at least 40 Indian paramilitary police personnel on February 14th. Due to the rocky relations between the two sides, prisoners who have completed their jail terms often languish in each other's jails for months, if not years afterwards.
Moving on, activist Syed Waqar Kazmi has expressed concerns over the construction of hydropower projects in the illegally occupied region of Pakistan-administered Kashmir. He said that locals are already reeling from the adverse effects of the Neelam Jhelum power project. The newly proposed Kohala project, which will see diversion of Jhelum river, has compounded their worries.
Syed Waqar Kazmi, a member of the Save River movement in Muzaffarabad city of Pakistan-administered Kashmir, has expressed concerns over the newly proposed Kohala hydropower project in the illegally occupied region. He expressed the locals are already reeling from the adverse effects of diversion of Neelam River for the construction of Neelam Jhelum power project, and now the Kohala project, which will see diversion of Jhelum River, has compounded their worries. He highlighted a massive water crisis has built up of late in the region due to Neelam River's diversion, making the lives of the common public miserable.
से जो डाइवर्ट किया जा रहा है दरिया कोला की जानब वो न किया जाए, ये अनह्यूमन है। ये पहले जो आपने डाइवर्शन दी है उस डाइवर्शन के जो टनल बनाया है और टनल के ऊपर आने वाली सारी आबादी जो है वो मुतासर हुई है। पानी के चश्मे जो हैं वो खुशक हो गए हैं और पानी ने अपना रुख तब्दील कर दिया है। तकरीबन आलमोस्ट वो जो ग्रीन एरिया थे वो सारे के सारे जो हैं वो जो फार्म हाउसेस थे वो सारे के सारे तबाह हो गए हैं।
Activists have expressed that authorities have completely ignored the damage being done to environment and the livelihood in the region in the process of construction of the power projects, which will ultimately only benefit Islamabad. Once roaring, the Neelam River now appears to be a small drain all along its course from Noseri to Domil, where it merges into Jhelum River.
And in news from Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka's capital Colombo was slowly settling back into a sense of normalcy on Monday, with residents venturing out for work and buying basic goods and groceries. Residents expressed security forces were working to maintain peace, but a sense of uneasiness is still there.
Sri Lanka's capital Colombo was slowly settling back into a sense of normalcy on Monday, with traffic returning to the roads that had remained deserted after the deadly suicide attacks by Islamist militants. The island nation of 22 million was rattled after a spate of bombings in its churches and hotels on Easter Sunday. Residents said they were slowly venturing out to buy basic goods and groceries, and some of the office workers were also returning back to work on Monday. But a sense of uneasiness still lurked.
The mood is now a bit okay after so many days. Army and the police force are doing their best to keep the country in peace. So now it's okay, it's coming back to normal, but still we have some fear. Still we are in a little bit trouble.
Officials have warned that militants behind the April 21st suicide bombings that killed over 250 people were planning more attacks using a van and bombers disguised in military uniforms. Authorities suspect members of two little-known groups, NTJ and Jamiatul Milatu Ibrahim, of carrying out the Easter Sunday attacks, though Islamic State has claimed responsibility.
Moving on to news from Bangladesh. Bangladeshi security forces on Monday killed at least 2 people suspected of belonging to an Islamist militant group behind a deadly cafe attack in Dhaka city in 2016. Bangladesh launched a crackdown on militancy after the cafe attack as part of what Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina calls a zero-tolerance policy.
Bangladesh's security forces on Monday killed at least 2 people suspected of belonging to an Islamist militant group behind a deadly cafe attack in Dhaka in 2016, police said after a raid at a tin shed hideout in the Mohammadpur area of the capital. Police cordoned off the area after receiving information about the presence of suspected members of Jamaatul Mujahid in Bangladesh, which is a homegrown militant group that carried out the cafe attack. Militants attacked the cafe in July 2016, taking 22 hostages, mostly foreigners, who were killed over 12 hours.
At least 2 terrorists killed in these operations, and we started this operation at around 3:30 a.m. last night, and it continues till today. At around 5, the massive blast occurred in that places. So is the situation right now then?
Bangladesh launched a crackdown on militancy after the cafe attack as part of what Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina calls a zero-tolerance policy.
And in news from Nepal, disgruntled Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal has threatened to protest if their demands are not met in the ongoing 4th session of the parliament. The budget session of Nepal's parliament began on Monday, during which the Madhesi party raised its long-delayed demands, including constitution amendment.
With the start of Nepal Parliament's fourth session on Monday, the disgruntled Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal or RJPN has threatened to stage protests if the demands are not met. Leader of the Madhes-based party Anil Kumar Jha, in his parliamentary address on Monday, asserted the fulfillment of previously made demands, including that of a constitution amendment. Jha also raised the demand to make public the report of the commission which probed into various incidents at the time of the Terai movement, which Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli had also promised to unveil.
संविधान संशोधन को लेकर के और संविधान संशोधन के साथ-साथ जो मधेश आंदोलन और थरवट आंदोलन के दरमियान में जो हुए ज्यादती हत्या उसके छानबीन के लिए लाल आयोग का जो गठन हुआ था उसके प्रतिवेदन को सार्वजनिक करने के लिए राष्ट्रीय जनता पार्टी नेपाल ने दूसरे अधिवेशन में मांग किया था, रोस्टम घेरा था और सरकार की ओर से बातें आई थी कि हम लाल आयोग का प्रतिवेदन दूसरे ही अधिवेशन में सार्वजनिक करेंगे, लेकिन उसको सार्वजनिक किए बिना दूसरे अधिवेशन का अंत कर दिया गया.
The main concern of the RJPN has always been the rights of Madhesis in Nepal's constitution through its amendment. The party even showed its willingness to come on board earlier by supporting the ruling Nepal Communist Party but later stepped down.
Asia's largest tulip garden in India's Jammu and Kashmir province proves to be a boon for the local vendors as the huge influx of tourists helps them in earning good profits. Kashmir's traditional handloom, handicrafts and decorative items are displayed by the locals in makeshift stalls outside the garden.
Asia's largest tulip garden in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province has been witnessing a huge rush of visitors this year. The influx of visitors has proved to be a boon for the local people who sell traditional Kashmiri handloom, handicrafts and decorative items to earn their livelihood. Tourists were seen purchasing local products displayed by the sellers outside the tulip garden in the makeshift shops. They expressed that they like the handicrafted products very much and would love to showcase them back home.
This is an amazing place to visit. I have only heard that this is heaven on earth, but I actually felt it. This is an amazing experience and I would definitely love to come again. And purchasing from this roadsides, this is also a wonderful experience.
जो ये अप्रैल का महीना लगता है, यहाँ टुलिप लगता है 1 महीने के लिए. ओवरऑल काम अच्छा रहता है टुलिप की वजह से. जो अंदर फूड बेचते हैं या कुछ कहवा ववा कश्मीरी यहाँ पे फेरी वाले आते हैं 1 महीने के लिए. बहुत अच्छा काम हमारा ये यहाँ पे शॉल स्वेटर और ये वुडन आइटम्स सब कुछ अच्छा ही रहा इस साल.
A total of 51 varieties of tulips have displayed in the garden for the visitors this year. Located in the foothills of the Zabarwan Hills in the Kashmir Valley overlooking the famous Dal Lake, Tulip Garden attracts thousands of visitors from across the world every year.
A businessman in India's northern Dehradun city boasts of a rare collection of over 250 antique cameras. He also has a handwritten Hindu scripture Ramayana and a 175-year-old table which was auctioned during the First World War in Myanmar.
Amar Dhunanta, a local businessman in Dehradun city of India's northern Uttarakhand province, boasts of a rare collection of over 250 antique cameras. Dhunanda, who started collecting rare items at a very young age, has a handwritten Hindu scripture Ramayana, a black conch shell and a 175-year-old table which was auctioned during the First World War in Burma, now Myanmar. Dhunanda says that he has no other interest than collecting rare items and has travelled hundreds of miles to collect these things from different parts of the country.
एक विरासत जो हमारी खो चुकी है और खोने की करार पे है उसको सहेजने का मेरा प्रयास है ताकि हमारी पीढ़ी आए आगे आए देखें उन्हें पता चले कि हमारे पुरखे हमारे बाप दादा किस दौर में किन चीज़ों के साथ रहा करते थे.
Collections of rare items like coins, currency, books and manuscripts is an intriguing hobby among Indians.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.